Today's subject, Jews. The Jews settled in Moravia and Bohemia probably even earlier than the 10th century. Initially, they were considered foreigners to the Romans, had banished into exile. Jews traders in the Czech land settled largely around the long distant trade routes in major centers, which in the early Middle Ages were Olomouc, Borno, Zanzibar, Bushnia, Zopra, Zephyr, what the fuck are they saying? Um, they were under the legal protection of decrees by the Westminsters II, subsequently Charles IV. Over the centuries, however, the flourishing of their activities as merchants and financiers gave rise to protests from many elements of society, in particular of the Catholic Church. The Jews has indeed imported valuable gold and used to be a barter for horses, furs, and slaves. Their rights became progressively wait, what? Circumscribed. Oh, okay. Ah, interesting choice of word. They could not buy land or houses. They had to live in specially designated ghettos, were allowed to lend money and interest usury to trade only where they were not in competition with locals, and were prohibited from working as craftsmen or farmers. Why? Segregation. The segregation of Jews was also underlined by enforced labeling they had to wear, for example, a yellow circle or yellow ribbon on their garments, or a specifically shaped hat. The women had to have a yellow ribbon in their hair, and the men mandatory beards. Huh. No help came from the church, which traditionally led to the blame on them for being the killer of Christ and for adhering to pagan rituals. In the Middle Ages, the Jews were considered the king's own and under his protection, so that if the townspeople were inclined to commit a pogrom, to set fire to the quarters and massacre of the inhabitants, they would have to pay the king hefty reparations. Some kings looked forward to such pogroms as a good source of income. Others protected their Jews. For example, gained town prize, blah, 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 blah. The king was traveling abroad. Yo, stop fucking my arm, nigga. Hootsie. In the Middle Ages, a significant part of any property ownership consisted of livestock: horses, goats, cattle, and poultry. Horses were highly prized, and until the 12th century era, beverages. There were shortages of clean drinking water due to pollution of water sources. Courses. What? By human activity around rural area settlements, and the fruit juices were available only in season. Hence, everybody, including children, drank beer, and the beer brewed at home was weaker and heavier than today. Weaker and heavier. Um, is that true? consisted of 1 to 5% of alcohol and served instead of soup. It had no head of foam, was brewed from wheat, so-called white beer, or from barley, old beer. Only in the 15th century did hops come to be added for better beer quality, bringing out a bitter flavor. So was it sweeter before? Wine was drunk primarily at the court and in the monasteries. If different from today's, by its spicy, very sweet taste, it would be condensed into a thick syrup and diluted with water. Uh, uh, Spirits were all together rare. Distillations took place in small volumes, fruits and cereal distillations. That's what meat is. Fermented honey. How is honey fermented if honey doesn't wither? Uh, Collecting and preserving written records goes back to the ancient times, but the barbarians who sacked Rome in the 5th century destroyed a great many, so a lot of rare manuscripts have only been preserved indirectly via the Arab world. Various materials were used to write on: pieces of fabric, papyrus, and vellum, fine animal leather. Parchments were expensive and was therefore used primarily for codices and deeds of privilege due to a significantly longer lifespan. The most widely used material was paper. The writing implements were included with the quill pen, engraver, brush, or reed canes, charcoal, and chalk sticks. Transcriptions of books was the monk's domain. Each book was unique, carefully decorated, and the text enriched with bounteous illustrations, all done by hand. And the production of a book took many years, making them very expensive. Many works of that time came into being in Latin, but during the Middle Ages some literature began to appear in respective national languages. Books were very heavy, and so was to be hard to steal, and contained a great many pages, although there were some miniature handbook formats too, that there were books so massive that they could not have been carried by one man. Not only because of their value, but to protect them from destruction. Important writings were often kept in chests or cabinets. Only later did the libraries come into being, where the volumes would be tethered to the reading desk by a chain. Libraries were needed by administrative offices and places of learning, especially universities. The largest collections were to be found in the Sorbonne, Oxford, and University of Prague, where there were books donated by Emperor Charles IV himself. Notable members of the nobility or church also boasted private collections, despite the fact that not all of them could read. In the Middle Ages, they were used for transport and agricultural works of wartime purposes, when one of the simplest was a two-wheeled cart, which hay wagon. Do we care about wagons? Chronicles. Since the earliest times, it was a task of educated members of the courts and spiritual leaders to take on writing of chronicles. Like, for example, literary books of contemporary. What the shit? A dugout shelter is a form of small and more makeshift housing on one roof dug into the ground with steps leading down into it and is covered while the simplest thatch roof. Okay, whatever. I don't even have a bloody horse. Hmm. Taking a shit. What is it? It's the bloody fog of war. How the hell do I get up there? Still went the other way. What the fuck? There goes there.
What's going on out there?
Good boy. That's my boy. Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
Can I help? Good day to you. What do you need?
What kind of governor is Sir Hanish?
He's strict but just. Thank God for him. You don't get mixed up in nothing like that, Sir Radzig, so you don't see no one attacking us.
What's life like in Ratai?
This is a manorial town, and our lord hasn't got himself tangled up in affairs of state, so it's peaceful here.
How do the Ratai folk get on with the refugees?
Huh. Don't even talk to me about it. I wish that rabble was gone.
Have you heard anything about...
I don't know if it's... Good luck then. Has something happened?
What's that?
What are you doing here?
This is a bit awkward, but recently you buried a convict, and this convict, had a ring on him. So I'm asking you straight, have you got it or not?
Lord above, you've got some balls trying that on me. Are you accusing me of robbing corpses?
That's not what I meant. Just that you actually,
Now look here, lad. Are you implying I robbed the dead? I'll count to 3, and if you're still here, I'll smash your teeth in. I'll wipe my arse with you. No. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you help me with training my dog?
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right. But it will cost you.
Maybe another time.
Is there something you need?
Christ, woo. Nothing on the left hand. The right? Oh, shit. There's nothing there either. Where the fuck is that ring? Oh, that stench makes me want to puke. Peshek will pay for this. What? This is nothing but an ordinary copper band. It's not worth a 10 penny.
What do you want from me?
What kind of governor is Sir Hanush?
Sir Hanush is a good lord. Things won't be the same when that wastrel Sir Hans takes over. That will be a sorry day.
What's life like in Rattay?
We got sturdy...
How do the Rattay...
Well... May the Lord watch you.
Let's have a word about the price.
Aye?
Are we agreed?
I'd almost shake on that. Almost.
That's a sum I can live with.
May the Lord watch you.
Good day to you.
I'll have that ring for you.
Good. Nice to know you're the sort of lad I can trust with a job like that. Now run with the ring to Wojciech, the miller in Kohelnitz. He'll have some work for you, and I'll have something for you soon too. A clever fellow like you will never want for work. At the very least, I'll buy risky goods from you. I mean the kind that used to belong to someone else and you can't sell to just anyone.
You'll buy stolen goods from me. Oh, thanks for your trust. I'm sure that'll come in useful. Can you tell me something about the other millers?
There's a couple of other fellows around here in my trade. Wojciech in Kohelnitz and Simon in Sasa.
Tell me about Wojciech.
He's young and hot-blooded with a short temper. But he's a fine fellow when you get to know him. His heart's in the right place, and he's always willing to lend a helping hand. Unfortunately, he got himself into a feud with that usurer, the merchant Wolfram Pruder. A slimy bastard he is, and now they're sworn enemies.
What about this Simon in Sasau?
An odd one he is, a loner who don't talk much. But he's as dogged as a hunting hound once he gets his teeth into anything. He won't let go until he sees it through, even if he has to walk over dead bodies.
Tell me something about yourself.
There's nothing much to tell.
Would you teach me something about the milling craft? Like how to get things out of strain?
Aye, why not? You're handy enough. No doubt you'll master it. Goodbye. I'll stand here and pretend I don't know you're there. You try sneaking up behind me without me seeing you, and take something from my purse. First, you have to rummage in the purse. The longer you do it, the better chance you have of finding something valuable, but also of getting caught in the act. Once you've found something you want, you've got to pull it out, carefully, but fast enough, so try stealing my dagger. It's there, mixed up with other things. Caught you! If this was for real, I'd be yelling for a guard. Try it again. Caught you! If this was for real, I'd be yelling for a guard. Try it again. Caught you! If this was for real, I'd be yelling for a guard. Try it again. Caught you! If this was for real, I'd be yelling for a guard. Try it again. That's the way. I hardly noticed you were there. I think you're ready to try it out for real. Best practice on drunks and sleeping folk, so you don't end up in jail before you even get started.
Thanks, Peshek.
You're welcome. But I'll be having that dagger back now.
I've got some goods here whose owners might miss them.
All right. Let's see what we can do about that. Good luck then.
Let's have a word about the price.
Why not?
Is this enough?
A nice sum. Just lower your demands a little and we'll agree.
Very well, I agree. I've got some goods here whose owners might miss them.
All right. Let's see what we can do about that. Right.
I hear you're able to open locks.
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right. But it'll cost.
Maybe another time. I hear you're able to...
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the...
All right. But it'll...
Isn't that quite a lot? Are we agreed?
That's a poor offer. Agreed. Now listen up. God be...
Greetings, Henry.
Have you got a moment?
All right.
How did you get...
I thought I was finished, but I grabbed a dagger from one of... Wait. How do you know what happened to me?
I fled from...
I understand.
No, but I wanted to...
You don't need to say any more.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure you are.
I won't trouble you.